Hey guys, it's Sam with Celebrity Workout Routines. Welcome to the video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Chris Hemsworth's workout and diet. And if you guys have seen Thor or any of the Avengers movies, you know that Chris is one stacked dude. Like, he has an incredible amount of muscle mass while still maintaining a low body fat percentage, and it gives him this like athlete type look. And that's what we're going to try to emulate and discuss a few of the things that we need to incorporate into our workout and diet so that we can emulate that type of look. All right. So for the working out part for Chris, the goal is pretty much get big, get lean. And as Thor, and to look at like a god, you got to look big, you got to look athletic, you got to look like you can, excuse the language, but whoop someone's ass. So weightlifting is going to be an extremely important part. You can't skimp on weightlifting. Like, that's something that you're just going to have to do to get that muscle mass. And by lifting weights, I mean lifting hard. Like, you got to do the compound lifts, bench, squat, deadlifts. Even if you want to incorporate some Olympic type weightlifting style, that's also going to give you that strength and the hypertrophy, if you will. So your muscles will put on mass and they'll start to look bigger. So we're going to divide the weightlifting into pretty much two phases, all right? So you can't be all about putting on muscle mass, since when you're building mass, you're going to also be putting on fat, and that's going to make you bigger all around, and your weight's going to increase, and you are going to look bigger. But to get Chris's specific type of look, what you're going to want to do is maintain that muscle mass and then cut down the body fat. So that's going to give you your muscles are going to pop at that point, and it's going to look like the athlete look, essentially. So we're going to divide the weightlifting into two phases. Phase one is just build mass, lift hard. We'll get into the diet portion later, but remember, phase one, the main part is lift weights heavy. Then we're going to switch it up going into phase two, and that's when you're going to cut down on your fat. You're going to increase your cardio. As you can see in below the types of exercises. For phase one, you're going to want to do 3 to 5 workouts per week of weightlifting while keeping cardio to minimum. Then in phase two, when the goal is to now maintain your muscle mass while you cut down on fat, we're going to switch that up to an increased level of cardio while still trying to lift weights 3 to 5 times. And during that phase two, it's going to get a little bit harder to maintain the strength levels when you're lifting weights. You are going to notice a slight decline. And that's going to primarily come down to diet. So during phase one, since it's the get big phase, putting on muscle mass, you're going to want to eat a lot of food. Obviously, don't go too crazy and have McDonald's like 5 times a day, but you do want to eat above your caloric maintenance level. And that's essentially, you have to take, the calculation is essentially how many calories you burn per day, just sitting on a couch all day. If you were to do that, how much would you burn that during that time period, as well as how many calories do you burn while just walking around your daily activities. And then you also have to add in your calories from working out, your gym sessions. So whatever that total number of calories is, you're going to want to eat above that consistently, and you want to eat clean. So like I said, no McDonald's and stuff like that, unless you're eating just the patties and throwing away the buns or something like that. You don't have to do it for all the sandwiches you get or anything like that, but you do want to make sure that your protein levels are extremely high in comparison to your carbs. So that protein is going to be the main driving force behind whether or not you're going to be able to quickly add muscle mass and improve your lifts. Then during that phase two, we're going to switch over, and it's going to be the get cut phase, right? So at that point, we want to inverse that equation. Whatever that calories, that total amount you had from sitting around, going out around your daily activities as well as your workouts, get that total. And then you're going to want to flip it and start eating below that number. All right. And what this is going to do is going to create a caloric deficit. And this deficit is going to drive weight loss and primarily fat loss if we continue to maintain a high protein intake and then substantially reduce our carbs. And this is the reason I was saying that your lifts are going to drop and it's going to get a little bit harder to have the same intensity during your workouts, because when you reduce carbs, you're actually going to be reducing the amount of glucose stored in your livers, and that's what's primarily used by your body as energy during day-to-day activities and your gym sessions. So when you reduce that, it takes a little bit of adjusting to get to a low carb. And by low carb, I mean around less than 100 carbs a day. So you're gonna have to cut out your breads. You're gonna have to cut out, pastas, things like that. No, as for liquids, no drinking any sugary drinks. That's a lot of sugar. So you're gonna have to stick with water, protein shakes, eat clean, lean meats, and a lot of veggies. Make sure you have vegetables in there. You got to stick. Don't go with fruits though. If you're gonna have veggies or fruits, definitely go with veggies since they are lower carbs. Fruits do have a lot of sugar. So once you are able to switch in that phase two, you're gonna drop weight, and since you are maintaining a high protein intake, you'll preserve muscle mass, and that's going to give you that lean, shredded, athletic look that we all hope for. All right, well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I will continue to make a lot of these videos on celebrity workouts. So if you did enjoy it, please give the video a like or subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Catch you guys later. Peace.